Right, here we go. Back again. Alright, and today I'm going to cover empty hospitals part 3. Okay, because it continues still during, of course, this global pandemic that we are in. Right, and about a month ago or longer in the UK, they called for volunteers to help the NHS. Right, they wanted thousands of people to sign up, and it was all over the press, and they called for 250,000 volunteers to help the NHS because they were going to be needing them because of the pandemic, right? And people did sign up. This is from 1 day ago. Coronavirus Scotland, almost 80,000 volunteers sign up to help NHS. So they ain't short of numbers when it comes to people signing up to help. Okay? And 3 weeks ago in The Guardian, NHS says coronavirus volunteer scheme taking time to get up to speed. So they asked for all these volunteers, but nothing was in place. What a surprise. 1 week ago, BBC News, coronavirus volunteers not being called upon to help NHS. Ain't that strange? They have asked for all these volunteers to sign up, but it turns out that they don't even need them. What a surprise. 1 week ago, Daily ECHO GoodSAM apologises for lack of tasks and launches new role for volunteers. So they're scrambling to find them tasks and jobs, right? 2 weeks ago, the Telegraph NHS volunteer army prevented from helping most vulnerable in society. So they've got this army of volunteers, but they've nothing to do. But today, BBC News, we need army of volunteers to track down virus, right? So they might just be in luck, right? Because they've got about 500,000 signed up and waiting and eager to help, of course, right? And it says that a public health expert says an army of detectives should be recruited to track the spread of COVID-19. Professor Devi Saradar told the BBC the UK was still lagging behind other nations in its response to the pandemic, right? And of course, the UK, everything the government does is wrong, but it's deliberate, of course. It's all part of the fear and the confusion. It then says, she said ministers should emulate Germany, which has enlisted medical students and furloughed workers to help, test, trace and isolate. Right? So yeah, we're needing an army of detectives to help test, trace and isolate. It then says the strategy involves tracking down and quarantining the contacts of everyone who tests positive for the virus. The aim is to arrest the growth of COVID-19 so that lockdown restrictions can be eased. Right, so until this is done, the lockdown continues. So everyone needs to be part of this. This is the way it's heading. And this, of course, is contact tracing. Now, it says that contact tracing aims to identify and alert people who have come into contact with a person infected with coronavirus. Smartphones can be used to quickly and automatically determine whether somebody has been in contact with an infected person. Right? So our smartphones are going to tell us who's got it and who's not, and whether or not you've been in contact with them. So it's in the hands of technology. What could possibly go fucking wrong, right? And a few people have probably covered this contact tracing, and it deserves a lot longer. So what I will do is cover it again in another video. But on Google, just in terms of a quick search, if you type it in, the first thing that comes up is contact tracing jobs, right? So a lot of people haven't even heard of this, but yeah, it's well fucking underway. And in terms of the app, this is from the 28th of April. They reckon that it's going to be ready in 2 to 3 weeks, and it'll be up and running, right? So we'll get back to that another time. But in terms in the media with the empty hospitals, yeah, it continues. 2 days ago, CTV News, all our rooms are empty. Hospitals, ERs vacant during pandemic. The Telegraph 2 days ago, why do so many NHS Nightingale hospitals remain empty? Question mark. Yeah, good fucking question, right? The next one, 22 hours ago, Bristol's Nightingale Hospital still empty a week after construction, right? Well, wait another 3 weeks and it'll still be fucking empty, alright? 2 weeks ago in the Express, thousands of hospital beds are empty. Shock horror. 2 days ago, empty respiratory ward at Craigavon Hospital, an unsettling scene. Yeah, spooky. It's a fucking ghost town. 3 days ago, Dr. Priest, elderly die in UK nursing homes while hospital beds empty. Yeah, and people are just being left to die. 17 hours ago, Detroit Free Press, Belmont Hospital in Wayne to reopen as fears of surge subside. It didn't pan out. 1 week ago, empty expanse of Nightingale Hospital, Birmingham, is tribute to the NHS staff and their hard work. That's why it's empty. I see. 1 week ago, newly opened Nightingale to remain empty for time being. Yep, and it's probably still empty today, and it will be this time next week. 2 weeks ago, Business Insider, why NYC's largest emergency hospital is pretty much fucking empty. What a surprise! 2 weeks ago, Herald Scotland, coronavirus in Scotland, more than half of ICU beds, yep, you guessed it, empty. Okay, 1 week ago, Daily Mail, coronavirus UK, vital operations cancelled despite empty fucking beds, right? It's fucking heartbreaking, really. 1 week ago, The Guardian, my A&E department is eerily quiet. I'm worried the very sick are staying away. Yeah, because the government have scared them to fucking death. 2 weeks ago, coronavirus, London mega hospital mostly empty as UK health service handles the outbreak. Yeah, it's all being handled alright. There is no outbreak. Let's face it. 13 hours ago, COVID-19 field hospital beds remain empty in Massachusetts. Right? So, it's not just the UK, it's everywhere. Like I said in part 1 and 2, it's all across the world. CNBC, nearly 90% of the US Navy hospital ship in New York is empty amid coronavirus pandemic. What a surprise. 4 weeks ago, Daily Mail, disturbing photos show body bags filling the hallways of Brooklyn Hospital. Now, that is because they're just letting people die. Do not resuscitate. They're leaving them to die. Then they're just putting them in a bag and throwing them in the fucking hall. It's a disgrace. It's criminal what's going on. Let's face it. Right? And like I said, I will link in part 2 to my empty hospitals video. And we did cover in that the dancing, the TikTok dancing. And yeah, that continues. This is from a month ago. Science Times, they're even in on the act. TikTok dancing doctor who aims to inspire. Yeah, sure. And this is some guy that's inspiring everyone during this pandemic. Right, it turns my stomach if I'm honest. And yeah, so it's to cheer everyone up. There you go. CNN 2 weeks ago. Healthcare workers are dancing on social media to cheer up the quarantined people. Oh, how fucking brave of them. And this is from Twitter. Here are poor NHS nurses fucking around on equipment in yet another empty ward with empty beds. No patients. What a surprise, right? And like last time, Twitter is flooded with this. It's everywhere. Nothing to see here. Move along. The hospitals are overwhelmed. Yep, they're bursting at the seams, as we can see. And this is another dance that from TikTok, of course. It's like I said, it's stomach turning shit. This is another one that was shared by Luke, who I'm sure most of you know. And it was they were carrying, like, one of them was in a body bag. And I don't know if it's a joke or not, but it's probably not. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. And this is another one where they had, like, nappies on, adult nappies or sanitising pads. And yeah, it's beyond creepy now. And it's how people can't see that there's no pandemic is beyond me, if I'm honest. And this video probably will get pulled, but we'll see. Chicago folding up its empty COVID-19 field hospital. Bye-bye. We don't need you anymore. We didn't need you in the first place. And even Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk has been getting that much of a fucking kicking, they've decided to throw him a couple of bones. Right, so he's even in on the Empty Hospitals Act. Okay, that, but still, don't trust him. All right, don't fucking trust him. And this lady here, Gemma O'Doherty, I'd advise people to follow her on Twitter if you are on Twitter, because yeah, she's worth following. And she's pointing out another hospital in Ireland. Yep, you guessed it, empty. What a surprise! And here's one that it's beyond belief, really. It's doctors doing one of the dances. And one of them's actually in a fucking wheelchair, right? And I mean, alright if it was a couple of kids playing about that they don't really understand, but for it to come from medical professionals, it's pretty unbelievable, really. And this is what Richie Allen, if you don't know of Richie Allen, it's another show that I would advise people to follow. Now, I'm not asking you to marry Richie Allen, but I'm just saying, hey, it's a good show. It's a good show to follow, and has great guests on it, okay? And you don't have to follow it, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's his thoughts on it all, and it's the same thoughts as mine, alright? And here's another one here, tweet from Twitter, of course, and it's they've recreated the Last Supper scene, of course, and yeah, I'd imagine that'll turn a few people's stomachs. And this is another tweet. I've watched almost all the videos on your website. I try to check daily. I work at a hospital in New Hampshire. No cases at all. The hospital is hurting financially, and I hope I don't lose my job. Then I turn on the cable news and see the victim count. But the hospital's empty, right? And this is the second part of that tweet. And yeah, you can see what their thoughts are about it all. And this is coming from someone, supposedly, of course, that works in a hospital. So there you go. And they also posted this tweet here, which I will link in so you can check it out. Study probability that the 9 most contagious countries on the planet are countries with 5G networks. Right, so what's the probability of that? 1 in 100? Well, yeah, there it is there. Right, so the chances of it being the case are pretty fucking slim by the looks of it, because it's 1 in 680 million. Right, and like I said, I'll link this tweet in so you can check it out, because seemingly there's a study done on it. Okay, but anyway, that is about it. Bye-bye.